Day 8 of 60. Today we are building Grafana dashboards that work during real production incidents. Not demo dashboards with random metrics. SRE dashboard structured around proven design methods that let an on-call engineer assess system health in seconds. By the end of this video, you will have a provisioned, version-controlled overview dashboard with alerting rules and deploy annotations. 2 design frameworks every SRE should know. The use method, coined by Brendan Gregg, stands for utilization, saturation, and errors. Apply use to infrastructure resources like CPUs, memory, disks, and network interfaces. For each resource, create 3 panels. CPU utilization as a percentage, CPU saturation measured by run queue length, and CPU error counts. Repeat that pattern for memory, disk I/O, and network. The second framework is RED, popularized by Tom Wilkie at Grafana Labs. RED stands for rate, errors, and duration. Apply RED to request-driven services. For your API gateway, that means panels for requests per second, 500 class error percentage, and latency percentiles like P50, P95, and P99. Infrastructure dashboards always get use rows. Service dashboards always get red rows. No exceptions to this rule. Panel types matter for incident readability. Stat panels display single numbers like current error rate or uptime percentage. Put a row of stat panels across the top of every dashboard for at-a-glance status. Time series panels are the default for anything that changes over time, like error rates, request rates, and latency trends. Gauge panels show how close a value is to a threshold, ideal for disk utilization or memory pressure where you have a known danger zone. Heat maps reveal distribution patterns that percentile lines completely hide. Your P99 might look stable, but the heat map shows a bimodal cluster of slow requests at specific intervals caused by a cold cache path. Table panels work for per-instance breakdowns during incidents when you need to identify which specific pod or node is misbehaving. Template variables turn a single dashboard into a fleet-wide observability tool. Instead of hard-coding service names into your PromQL queries, define variables that pull label values dynamically from Prometheus. Create an environment variable querying label values from HTTP requests total. Chain a service variable that filters by the selected environment. Chain a pod variable that filters by both environment and service. When the on-call engineer selects production from the environment drop-down, only production services appear in the next drop-down. Selecting a service shows only its pods. Enable multi-value selection for side-by-side comparison and include all for the full fleet view. One dashboard replaces building one per service. ClickOps dashboards are a liability. Someone deletes one during an incident while stress clicking, or you rebuild your Grafana instance and everything vanishes. Provisioning fixes this problem permanently. Define data sources and dashboard providers as YAML files that Grafana loads on startup. Set disable deletion to true so provisioned dashboards cannot be removed through the UI. Take it one step further with Grafonnet, a Jsonnet library that generates Grafana dashboard JSON from concise function calls. 3 lines of Jsonnet replace 50 lines of verbose JSON panel definitions. Store the Jsonnet files in your infrastructure repo and render them in CI. Pull request diffs become readable and reviewable. Alerting and annotations close the observability loop. Grafana Unified Alerting evaluates PromQL expressions on a schedule. I provision alert rules as YAML files alongside dashboards. A high error rate alert checks the 500 class error percentage every minute with a 5-minute for duration to prevent flapping on transient spikes. Labels like severity critical and team SRE route alerts to the correct contact point. Annotations include summaries and runbook URLs. Deploy annotations are the other half. After each successful deploy, push an annotation via the Grafana API with service name, version, and pipeline number in the tags. Every panel on the dashboard shows a vertical line at deploy time. Correlating a metric shift with a deploy annotation takes one glance. The SRE overview dashboard ties everything together. This is the first screen the on-call engineer opens. Row 1 has stat panels showing error rate per service, color-coded green, yellow, red by threshold. Row 2 has gauge panels for CPU, memory, disk, and network utilization. Row 3 is an annotation list panel showing recent deploys across all services. Row 4 is an alert list panel filtered to firing alerts. Every stat panel links to a deeper drill-down dashboard using data links with variable interpolation. 3 questions in under 10 seconds. Is anything broken? What changed recently? How bad is it? Day 8 done. Tomorrow we wire up structured logging with Loki.